Welcome, everyone. The records are now open. Get some of that good crystalline energy, that crystalline pyramid, that 99.9% crystalline quartz ringing through our sacred space here, creating an openness of the mind and the heart for you to receive what is my intention to be the perfect next piece for your journey, the piece that makes sense, that next aha moment. I am using the triangle with intention to clear out any space that is in between you and your next aha moment. And it is my intention that you find that right here today, hanging out with not only me, but let's see who else. It looks like Carla and Jamie and Jan Harrison, who is my mama in the other room. Hi, Mom. Georgia and Melinda. And, I'm going to have to sound Arcely. I probably have to say that a couple times just to make sure that I was getting it right. Namaste. Arcely might be kind of close. Linda is in the house. Hi, Linda. Hi, Nicole. I'm so excited to share this time with you. I'm going to ask that you please share this out with your friends. Let's get a nice, big, collective group here hanging out with us today. If you are a first timer, please say hello and identify yourself as a first timer, because I always like to see our audience growing and expanding. Of course, all of our usual suspects in this place, all of our regulars, I love you guys. You create such a magnificent sacred classroom. Thank you for welcoming in our newbies. So our classically trained folks who hang out in here with me, when you see newbies come in, welcome them to this space. Make them feel happy and safe, and get them excited to expand. That is what we are doing here inside of the Akashic Academy. If you are new, my name is Emily Harrison. Let me look at you while I say that. My name is Emily Harrison. I am the founder and director here inside the Akashic Academy, as well as a mentor to other light workers in the realm of the Akashic Records. The Akashic Field, if you are not familiar with it, is the realm of information that exists all around us. This is a very, very powerful tool once we learn how to tap into it and how to exchange information. What does that mean? It means the records can give us very, very valuable information, but we can also program the records. We can also, once we learn how to work in this space, we can alchemize our reality. We can open up new timelines. We can heal past timelines, even if hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people were involved. There are ways that we can learn to dive into this realm of the Akash. Time travel is possible within this space. Activation of our gifts, skills, and abilities. Healing, understanding. If there has been something that you have just struggled to understand your entire life, the answers are available for you within the space of the Akashic Records. And with training, with practice, with a connected group of individuals, you can learn how to do this as well. This is truly my area of expertise and mission here on the planet, is to open up that awareness and train others how to use it. Not so you can necessarily do Akashic Record readings for everyone, but my students out there know that the records are so adaptable and they allow a unique expression of you, what's important to you, what's exciting to you, what's inspiring to you. It allows you to create within the characteristics of who you are, of the knowledge that you have. We've got lots of Reiki practitioners. We've got lots of quantum theta healers. We have lots of tarot card readers. We have lots of just intuitives. We have lots of mediums. When you bring in the realm of the Akashic Records, which is infinite cosmic knowledge and awareness, what you can begin to do, carve, and create with your areas of knowledge and expertise is really dynamic. Remember, just having the knowledge and the understanding doesn't really get you very far. It's the embodiment of this higher frequency consciousness, of knowing who we are in this more dynamic way, of beginning to allow ourselves to actually have a physical experience on the planet where we are this higher version of ourselves. Yeah, we know it in our mind, but many of us still get triggered when you do your everyday things like go to the bank and you act like an asshole. I've done it. I've been in a bad mood and acted like a three-dimensional asshole before, and then I've caught myself and I'm like, oh, hang on a second. I'm not embodying. I can do better than that. And I shift and I adjust. All right? You know when else you do it? When you're an asshole to yourself. For me, it's easier for me to see myself being an asshole to other people than it is for me to be an asshole to myself. For me to see that, right? But if I allow myself to start seeing it and not judging myself too badly for it when I'm doing it to others, I create a little more space for me to look at my and be like, oh, you're an asshole again, but this time you're an asshole to yourself. Come on, girl. Come on. This is a really fun space to dive in and play because, as you guys know, right now on the planet, the gap is shrinking, but the gap between the spiritual knowledge that we know, the essence of all of this nice, airy-fairy, great aspect of healing and wonderful and loving and compassionate selves that we can be in all Christed consciousness, and then you show up in your real life and you get triggered and there's a big old gap. Like all of that time I just spent meditating and doing my Qigong practice today, and I still flipped that old lady off. No, I'm just kidding. Old people aren't my triggers. But if they were, if we were able to examine ourselves in this playful way, to forgive ourselves, to find space to dive in, to learn the skills, this is the only thing that you're missing, people, is the skills to be able to harness that energy in. And again, one of the areas where the Akashic Records come in very handy. They can be just like our guidebook to the universe. You want to know how to embody that energy more dynamically? Well, I do. I ask those questions. I talk a lot with my hands too, which can get me in trouble. I ask those questions as well. All right. I know all of this spiritual essence of being patient, of being kind, of all the stuff I'm supposed to be, yet still when I'm having a bad day, when I'm having an emotional day, when it feels like, whew, okay, there's a lot coming up today, Emily, and then I get triggered by something, and I find myself in that lower state or acting like an asshole. All right, so what do I do about that? I'm noticing the gap. I'm spending a lot of time trying to be really high. When I show up in life, I'm not quite hitting the mark. What do? This is where very, very simple explanations tend to come in for me from the space of the records, but that make so much sense. Something as simple as taking a breath. With your breath, you can control and slow down your reaction time. And time is and it isn't real all at the same time. In certain aspects, it doesn't even exist. By slowing down your emotional response time, you're literally slowing down time. How many of you guys think that you could learn to be better at slowing down your response time? If that's you, hi Carla, say me. I think I could learn to be better at slowing down my response time. And identify yourself. Yes, I love that you're saying yes, Paul. Come on, give me some more yeses, because every single one of you that say yes out there, guess what? You have become a Merlin of time. You have become a time traveler. You are beginning to become a master of making your universe more malleable. If you said yes, you think that you can get better at slowing down your reaction time, you just identified yourself as an alchemist, and I want to know you. I want to be proud of you. All right, we're going to dive into some questions now. This, again, for those of you guys who are new, the Akashic Records hold every bit of information, past, present, and future. All possibilities in the universe. So let me invite you to dive in, ask some questions. What areas of your life would some illumination be valuable to you? Are you struggling with your career? Are you struggling in your relationships? What areas are you ready to break open today to get some higher understanding, some higher wisdom, And the best thing is some shifting, right? Because not only are we going to examine what the nature of the insight, the knowledge, the actual awareness that we can harness, but we're going to ask what else we can do to energetically support the shift. All right, trying to open the Akashic timeline for a new job, Angelica. Awesome. All right, this is happening right, left, and center for so many people, because as we are clicking into this 5D, as we are, thank you guys all who are joining and coming in, as we are learning to stabilize in these higher frequency energies, a lot more opportunities are opening up to us. So for those of you who had maybe never thought of trading in your job or creating your own job like I have done and so many people here at the Akashic Academy have done, maybe you never thought of that before, and the awareness is coming to the surface in you, or that desire, that curiosity is coming forward now. No coincidence. As we continue to stabilize and harness in these higher frequencies, all of our life wants to align to support the expansion of our consciousness, to support those moments of deep connection. Dave, I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you, my friend. We're craving this. And there was a time in our life not very long ago when we were afraid to even open ourselves to the possibility. Nope, staying in the status quo. This is safer. This is better. I should just go along to get along. But it doesn't look like that anymore. And the beautiful thing is that there is so much flow, especially here inside of the Akashic Academy, because there are so many of us in this space, growing, expanding, supporting each other, holding those energetic gateways open for each other as we learn and grow and expand, that it happens very, very quickly if you decide to dive in. It's like if you lie down with dogs, you get fleas, except for they're spiritual fleas. See, I got to come up with another way to express that same sentiment. Basically, it's the law of association, people. It's whoever you're connecting with, all right? The Akashic Academy is specifically geared towards the rise of light workers, taking light workers who are ready to get big, clear, powerful, and to go get them. That's what we are rising up within the space of the Academy. So if you are somebody, a light worker or a budding light worker, you're like, I damn straight want to be a light worker, please come join us. Please check out what's going on inside of the Academy. We are leading that charge, leading that rise for all of our light workers. So back to this idea of how are we going to use the Akash to actually open that timeline. The first thing that I wanted to note is, hell yes, this is happening all over the place. If it's happening to you too, then this message is for everybody. Georgia says yes, 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 yes. Hi, Tara and Sandra joining us here. All right, so let me just go in and get specific for, was it, I think it, I'm sorry, was it Susan who asked? I feel like it was Susan, but you know who you are. Oh, it's Angelique, sorry. It was Angelica who asked. Okay. I'm just going to go in and get some specific information for you, Angelica, in terms of opening up, using the Akash to open the timeline. Okay. So unfortunately, I shouldn't really even start with that. That is a really shitty way to start. Let me just back it up. All right. It's not unfortunate, but there's some things standing in the way. All right. Old timelines that rerouted you, let's say, from this new timeline, which is much more in line with your life purpose. Those old timelines, I see you guys are still laughing. Those old timelines that, is it Joyce that's laughing? Because Joyce has a brilliant way that she like reads it, and it is not what I just did. Okay. The timelines that you ended up taking that rerouted you, or the timelines that you were exiting, I should say, were not in alignment with the fastest route to your highest purpose. Now, Angelica, they are definitely in line with with your highest purpose, because as you've been walking these timelines, while it wasn't what you necessarily expected, there have been a lot of learning and growth points along the way that were necessary for you. So it's not to be looked at like this was a waste of time or that you weren't going in the right direction. However, they are acknowledging that this course of timeline that you're shutting down was not on the highest path, the fastest path, I should say, to your highest good, like the one that you're opening. You're opening with very focused and acute attention. Get down to business. There are still some, it's almost like they're energetic trails that are energetic lines of energy and possibility that are still open based on the other timeline that you're closing down now. So what they want you to do is to recognize there are okay, I'm just going to explain it to you how they're showing it to me, although it's kind of weird. They're showing me like a nerve ending, Angelica, and it's almost like, so imagine the line, it looks like a river, a tributary on a map, this old timeline. You're opening a new timeline over here, but there's this old one that's still over here. And coming off of the end of the tributaries, it looks like raw nerves, like bzzz. And they're showing me that there are still others who were affected by the old timeline who need to calm that energy, need to neutralize that energy for this timeline to be completely sealed off and you to be able to move forward. So just recognize that, go in and do that energetic work. They're saying that you are a light worker, you are an energy healer, and that you have your own protocols with how you work with doing that kind of remote healing. The Ho'oponopono, oh fuck, I almost had it. Ho'oponopono, next week is a great way to work with closing old timelines, because what happens is when we're on a timeline that we don't want to be on, that we are ready to get off of, there are a lot of other people who are karmically attached to that timeline who have their own playing out of the energy and the lessons that they still need to learn. So the Ho'oponopono can be used to seal off and bring in forgiveness and compassion and the rest of the lessons that need to be learned in order to seal off old timelines. If you want to know more about exactly how that works, please reach out to me and we can talk about that a little bit more. All right, let's go in. Okay, let's get an activation coming in there. Anybody who wants to just change jobs and dive into a job that is heart-centered service alignment for you, say yes to receive this activation. Say yes, I receive my soul's highest alignment. And literally, if you say that out loud, if you type that in, you are leaving that imprint, that trace here. It's like another symbolic way of interacting with the Akashic Field. So if you want to program the field, program it. Type it in. Yes, I align to my soul's highest mission, even if you don't know what that is. Sending that energy through, just opening the heart to receive it. All of you who want to receive, whew, good one. There's still some energy coming in with that one. It's coming in color waves. So they want everyone to go through with their imagination, receiving that color wave into the heart. So starting with red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Receive that alignment, that color therapy. Good stuff. All right, diving back in for another question now. Awesome. I see you guys saying yes. I see you saying it's working. I see you feeling it. Thank you. All right. Julia Bressett said, would be interested in knowing what I see about her future. All right. I picked this one because it's like a trick question. The future exists in infinite possibility, Julia, and that's when the first thing that they want you and every single person out there to know is that infinite possibilities are open and available to you. However, the more we begin to give energy to by focusing on our with our awareness, with our thoughts, with our emotions, with our imagination, what we imagine in our mind, the more we spend thinking in a particular zone, down a particular avenue, the more those infinite possibilities begin to solidify. So it moves from possibility to probability to certainty. Okay, so that's one reason why I chose that question, is because Spirit is like, talk to people about how the future works, how the infinite possibility begins to move. So Julia, what Spirit really wants to bring your awareness to is that we're coming up on a really powerful new moon. We've done a lot of clearing with the old Scorpio energy that has been bringing up very, very deep stuff. And we've cleared out so much, and they're specifically calling you out too, Julia. You've cleared out so much in the past month to 6 weeks that there is so much room for infinite possibility for you. So Spirit invites you to get very specific about what does a fun life look like for you. The word fun is coming in big because you tend to be what is a responsible thing to do? And Spirit's really guiding you towards fun. Fun is such a powerful, such an illuminating energy. We must have it in our life. If you are looking for that kind of like infinite fountain of youth. Fountain of youth. Thank you, Ponce de Leon. Was he the one who discovered the fountain of youth? Or what he thought was the fountain of youth? That infinite spring, that well of energy emerging up within you, you have to have fun. Laughter is a huge component to opening up new timelines for us, actually. Okay, so there is another way to dive into alchemizing. Just laugh a lot. But Julia, they definitely want you to look in that area of fun. What is fun for you? Okay, and I'm going to give you, just because I know that you're like, oh yeah, that's good, that makes sense, but I'll be damned, I want to know if I'm going to get the job offer, Emily. Okay, here's what I'm seeing coming in terms of it's not clear if it's job or if it's interest or if it's hobby or if it's passion or if it should be all of the above, but it's a bend towards wellness, and it's specifically focused in like I'm seeing food and essential oils. I'm seeing both of those things, nutrition and oils, and I'm seeing you having a lot of fun with it. So Julia, I would love to know if that resonates for you. Anybody who out there right now would like to shift your future? You're like, the way things are going right now, if it just stayed the way it was going right now, I'd just be like, pass. What else you got? How many of you want to shift for your future? And how many of you are really happy with the direction that you're going? Both are great. I just want to check in, see how you're doing. Right? Anybody out there who is excited about a shift in the future? We're going to do 2 activations, okay? So if you are excited for a shift in your future, you're ready to embody more of your divinity. Type yes, I want to shift in my future. And like I said, identify yourself. Leave it as an imprint here on this video. Let the universe know. And sending in that energy for the shift. Under grace in a perfect way. I don't want big, crazy, bring the walls down kind of shifting for y'all. I don't want you all calling me at the same time being like, damn it, Emily. I can only handle so many of you a week, okay? With ease and grace, may you get exactly what you're looking for. Those of you who want an opening of a shift in your future, sending that in with ease and grace right now. And now for balance, because there are many of us who have already anchored in a really powerful shift. We're like, oh, hell, I like the way I'm going. Okay? I have some things in my life right now. I love the way that they're going. I'm like, okay. Let's see what the future looks like when things keep going like this. If you're learning to hold and ground and stabilize in the direction that you feel aligned in, I want you to say yes. I am grounding in my soul mission right now. Identify yourself. This is great balance. Some of us are shifting and wanting to break free. Some of us have broken free and we're stabilizing our wings up here. I want to know where you're at because I want to hold space for you. Those of you who are learning to balance, learning to stabilize, you want your future to keep unfolding in this way. So I want you to say yes right now. I want you to receive this strength. Receive deep doses of trust. Good. They're adjusting some times for some of you. They're speeding some of you up and slowing some of you down. Because just because some of us were just moving a little too fast in the direction of, and you're gonna fall, and some of you are gonna fall off course. All right. Some of you were moving too slow in that new energy, that new direction. And if you move too slow, the density can pull you back in. You got to be at just the right speed. Okay. Oh, it's 12:28. All right. I'm going to dive in and do one more question quickly, but I got to do some shameless plugging first. I'm going to let you guys know to join the Akashic Academy. It is $4.44 only for your first month. If you are a member of the Academy and you just hung out for that powerful activation that we did, please say yes. Let everybody know that it is fun inside of the Akashic Academy. I'm going to leave a link right here for you guys where you can take a video tour of the Academy. You click that link. There is a short experience, 2-minute magical activation experience that I take you on, just so you know that we mean business. And then you're invited to put your name and email into a pretty little box that our web guy set up there for you. Once you do that, we are going to email you a video tour of the Academy so you can get to know Nick and I. You can get to know what's going on in the Academy. If you want to sign up for your first month at $4.44, you can. There is no obligation to continue. Your next month will be $44.44, as there are 44 people on here. Oh, someone just hung up. Well, screw you. There you go. Now you're back. The price is $44.44 per month. So if you don't want to pay $44.44 next month, cancel your subscription. If you dive in and you're like, holy crap, I would pay $444.44 a month for this life-changing knowledge and information, then stick around. It is my goal that I earn your growth. I earn your business. I earn your trust. Coming up next is Robin McClendon, and then Boggy and Robin are hanging out. All right, I'm going to grab one more question quickly in here. It's going to be like a speed question. Okay, Amanda. Oh, Amanda says yes, she wants to shift her future with ease and grace and courage. Bless you, Amanda. Go get them. All right, one more question. I'm going to flip all the way up to the top. Let's see. Who has an early question? Can't find any more. questions? I'm going to get one more. I really am. Somebody's got to have a question. There's no questions in here. Hi, Jay. All right. All right, fine. No more questions. That's fine. I'm over time anyway. And while I'm in charge of the whole Akashic Academy, I made Nick be in charge of the network. So Nick's in charge of the network. Nick is going to come gong me off of here because we only get 30 minutes, and that's the way it goes. Thank you so much for hanging out, everyone. I see a last couple of you hopping on here. I just want to say, Linda, I see you. Gina, I see you. Bruce, I see you. Inez, I see you. Thank you for being here in this space. Kimberly, I see you. Jorge George, I see you. And I love each and every single one of you. I'm proud of you for showing up, being willing to listen, being able to hear perspectives that are outside of the box sometimes. And most importantly, doing the work on yourself. Continue to do it. If you had fun, if this served you, please feel free to share it out. Even though we're finishing up the replay, all of the actives are still, I should say all of the activations are still active and available on the replay. I love you all, and I'll see you back here again soon.